Hello everyone, and welcome to today's chat about reinventing yourself. For those that don't know me, my name is Bianca and I am a coach and part of the Great Escape Challenge. I wanted to come on today and have this chat with you and maybe give you some pointers about how to go about reinventing yourself. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my past and how I got started on my journey of fitness. So I got started in July of 2020. At that point, when I first started, I wasn't in the right mind frame. I was overeating. I was very stuck in my thought process and really did not see any changes to my life. So the only way I figured to myself was to, start some kind of movement. So that's how I started my journey with Jennifer Hill. I reached out to her and I started MBF. And when I first started, I couldn't even get through the program, but I persevered and I stayed true to me, and I continued to work hard because I knew where I wanted to go. At that point, I didn't know how to get there. I just knew I had to start something to get myself moving, to get my thought process completely different. So going back to where I started, I am a single mum and originally from Australia, had moved to Canada, and I had a baby and was divorced shortly after that, and was completely lost. Like, I had really no idea of where I wanted to go career-wise as a person. I had to do a lot of digging in and self-discovery, and I read a lot of self-help books just to try to help myself find my way and find my why. So as we talk today, I hope I am helping someone out there that is maybe in the same place as I was and is started this journey. And I can tell you that by sticking to these programs, sticking to movement, sticking to a nutrition plan, and your mental health completely changes, and being part of a community. It's a privilege, it's an honor to be part of this community with such wonderful women and it's not just women, men also, that are wanting to improve themselves, that to be honest, all of us right now are reinventing ourselves in some way. So, you're either working on it everybody has their reasons and their whys of why they joined this program. Some people are doing it to build their self-confidence. And for me, I needed to lose some weight, but for me, it was a mental thing. I knew I needed to get strong physically to be strong mentally, and that was my goal. So when you first start, even if you don't know your why will come to you. I started doing a lot of reading, and there was a lot of advice about knowing your why, what's your purpose. But when you're in that mind frame where things are cloudy and you don't have clarity, it's hard to find that. So the best thing to do is to start doing some movement for yourself. And that will help you recreate yourself. You'll start to become creative within. You will start to look at things differently. You will start your vision on things, your perspective on things will change. So, the first thing is to know your why you want to do it. You want to do it for yourself? Do you want to do it for I'm a single mother, so I look at my daughter and I think to myself, I want her to see me as a strong person, as a strong individual, and also to teach her that, she's at that stage, she's 14. There's a lot of things about body image, but I want her to learn to be healthy for herself. So you know what, yeah, I'm teaching her that she's coming home, she's seeing mummy do all these workouts, but I'm also eating properly. I'm having my days where I'm still eating things that, that is giving, like, it's more of a balanced diet. So I'm watching my nutrition, I'm working out, I'm working on my mental health, and that overall helps your overall well-being and giving you balance in your life. So, I do encourage people sort of to work out what their why is, but if you don't have the answer to that, just get started in movement, which most of you have started this journey now, and I'm so proud of that. And it does take courage, it does take strength, and it does take perseverance and commitment. So keep at it, it will come to you, your why will come to you. The second thing I wanted to talk about is, and there's a lot of talk about this, is I personally, at last year when I was doing my self-discovery, went to vision boards. So there's a lot of talk about vision boards, and vision boards are really good. But I personally started a vision board. I had these beautiful photos up of, what I saw for myself, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to achieve. And I put it up in my bedroom. And so every morning when I woke up, I saw this vision board. For me, it did not work. I saw this vision board and I felt heavy. I felt like, oh my God, I want all these things, but I don't even know how to achieve them. I don't even know how to get there. So I was looking at these board every morning. I'd wake up and this board would look at me, or I would look at the board and go, oh my God, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And it's staring at me all the time. And it just made me feel, I just wasn't motivated. So what I started this year for myself was that instead of having a vision board for myself, I started each month, I created little goals for myself. So just remember, it's the little steps to take to get to the big steps. It's all good to have these vision boards and things to motivate you to get to where you want to be. But if that's overwhelming for you, start doing, like, I make 3 goals for each month. So last month, my goals were to take care of to do my own self-care and to keep on top of my exercise program, to keep on top of my eating habits, and then also it was to educate myself. So I made it that each month I wanted to read some kind of self-help book. Now for me, self-help books, in anything, like I was reading, I love books about business, and people that have gone through, building a business, gone through difficulties and come out on the other side. That's what I love to read. Reading different motivational books about, you go through these dark periods of your life, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I know people do say that, but you need to take the steps to get there. You need to take the actions to get there. And I was stuck for a very long time. I was stuck. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to do, but my heart and my mind was not connected. My mind was overthinking things and my heart would get deflated. So for me, I had to align those two things together, and having that vision board just overwhelmed me. So I started with small goals. I have 3 goals. Like I said, was self-care, educating myself, and the third thing was my own self-talk, that I was going to improve my own self-talk, because as you know, in the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to others is a reflection of how you're going to be. So I had to, change my thought process around that also. So, I started reading a book which I can recommend to everybody, and it is You Are Awesome. So this book I started reading, the reason why I started reading this was that my profession, I'm in sales, I'm in the senior sector of sales, and we had a conference and the author of this book came out and spoke to us, and he spoke to us about how he got it started, and that, you know, it was a difficult journey, but he persevered, he stuck to it, he started to write this book, and, you know, soon enough, the doors started to open for him. Some of the points that he did bring up in this book, which I wanted to let you know, which is one of my goals for this month that I put in, is getting to your ... So you get to one point and then you need to push yourself to the next point, and then that will gradually get you to the next dot and then get you to the next dot. So it's not about setting that goal for the future and where you want to go, but you need to take all these little action steps to get to that goal. So about reinventing yourself, you know what, today, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to work on. If you don't do it today, that's okay. Do not be hard on yourself. Tomorrow's the next day. Get up, have a fresh mind, and move forward. By doing these by doing this movement and doing these challenges, your mind works in a different way. So you start to get motivated, you start to see things in different ways, and that will help you get to your next dot. And then you'll get to the next dot and get to the next dot. And that will give you that big vision board of what you see for yourself. The second thing I wanted to talk about is that, sorry, I've got all this written down. You know, the reason why we reinvent ourselves is we are at a point where we need change. So I was definitely stuck in not changing, and not because I didn't want to, I just didn't know how to. So we have a group of community of women, a group of community of people that are willing to help. And, you know, we're not all perfect, we don't all have the answers, but we have this advice, or we've been through a circumstance and we've seen, you know, by making these movements and making these changes for ourselves, how much better we feel. So I wanted to just mention that, you know, for making this decision to do what you're doing today, it does take courage for some of us to step out of our comfort zone and to, you know, reach out to a community and to stay committed. You can only, you know, be successful if you stay committed to something. And it takes time, and nothing comes, you know, overnight. We're all working towards self-improvement. I always say to myself, and I've started to say to myself, that I have not seen the real me yet. I haven't seen the real me yet. So I'm still a work in progress. Also in the book, he does mention about, you know, limited beliefs that we do have for ourselves. So we need to look at our self-talk. For me, you also, when I was reading the book, something that stood out was that I'm not there yet. So today I'm here, but I'm not there yet. If you keep saying, no, that's too hard, I can't do it, that is when you're limiting yourself. Instead of saying that to yourself and you're working on a program, or, you know, I know when I first started, I was like, oh my God, I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to achieve that. And now I just say, you know what? I'm not there yet, but I will get there. I'm not there yet. I will create that for myself. So it is about creating things for yourself. Does take courage, does take strength, and it does take great energy. So, and that's another thing, and maybe another topic that we can talk about is the energy that you do put out for yourself, and how that does certainly have an effect on you. What else can I tell you? So just revising what we talked about today, finding your why and why you want to keep committed and why you want to do this. The second thing is, you know, reach out and read books, but take action to things. I just wanted to mention too that you need to align the feeling that you're going to get once you complete like this program, or whatever that you have an intention for. If it might be in your career, if you inside of you create, like I knew for myself where I wanted to go, I had to create that feeling. I had to align that feeling with the vision that I had for myself. So if you create that feeling within yourself that I'm going to be like that, and this is how it's going to feel. This is going to feel great to be like this. It's going to feel great to put on a size smaller for myself, or it's going to feel great to have the confidence back that I once had. That is what you want to create for yourself. So the way you need to do that is create the feeling in you first, and then that will come out. So I'm going to leave you on that note. I could probably go on and talk, but I hope you enjoyed the chat today. I hope it has helped some of you. I definitely know that it's helped me. I am still a work in progress. As I had said, I am still working on myself. But for anybody that wants to comment or would like to know a little bit more about my journey, feel free to reach out. We're all here to help each other. I'm so happy that you're part of this. You're part of this community. Keep going. Don't give up. It takes commitment. You're going to do well. And I wish you all the best. And have fun, guys. Okay, bye for now.